Hello everyone, Thomas Fan 58 here, back with another discussion video. My last one was on the 2025 push along engines, and right now this discussion is on a special 2025 push along model. So let's get started on this model that I want to show off. And the model in question is the Storybook Thomas, based on the Railway series era. So on this model, let me just disconnect it from Annie and Clarabelle here. There we go. So on this model, you'll notice a few differences. Well, first of all, this was based on the Railway series illustration of Thomas and the Trucks, and he has a little bit of lighting printed on his face and across his paintwork too, and you can see that the buffers at the front here do look like they're a little bit scratched or something. And as for the cab roof, it also has a little bit of lighting on top of it as well. And the face here, if you look at the eyes, they're looking straight ahead, and that's another difference. And the eyebrows look a little bit smaller. And since this is basically a CGI style model, it could remind you of seasons 1 to 2 of Thomas, where he had different shaped eyebrows, and before he got his triangular eyebrows from season 3 onwards. And as for the cab doors on each side, they've been painted black, and these were supposed to resemble of when Thomas doesn't have any cab doors in the Railway series era. And another thing I want to point out, because this is based on basically a CGI style model, because with the door painted black, which was meant to show that there's no door, it could remind you of Thomas and the Magic Railroad, where Thomas and Percy's cab doors were missing throughout the movie, which is kind of an error, really. I'm not sure or if I got anything else to say about this model, but I think it looks decent. And yeah, so that's it on the Storybook Thomas, based on the Railway series era. But this Thomas isn't the only thing that I'm going to show in this video. I want to point out 2 things that I recently bought from Smith Toy Superstores in Livingston in Scotland. And these are the 2026 die-cast Thomas and Annie and Oliver and Toad. So it would make sense that we start off with Thomas and Annie first. So first of all, there's going to be a brand new generation of Thomas and Friends coming out in September 2026, which is this year. and it's going to be a brand new CGI series, which some of us are quite happy about, but some aren't, because of the updated models of the engines. Even though it does have the similar detailing to the CGI series from 2009 to 2021, or was it 2020? They've been given updated faces, which a lot of people aren't too pleased about. But I'm not sure what I'm gonna give the new Thomas and Friends series when it comes out, but I'll probably give it a try and see what it's like. But anyway, so here's Thomas, and as you can see, he's got the similar detailing to the CGI series from 2009 to 2020. The only difference is these rivets and the handrails, which some of the engines now started gaining, starting from season 23. And as for the face here, I'm not really sure what to say about it, but as you can see, if I could get my camera to focus, see that Thomas has blue irises, which similar to how he was depicted with in All Engines Go, that 2D series of Thomas and Friends that a lot of people aren't keen on. And for the wheels look okay, and they've been given counterweights as well, and they've been given these magnets, which can remind you of the 2014 Take and Play models, and of course the wooden railway models that have these similar shaped magnets. So that's Thomas here, and moving on to Annie, and Annie's appearance in the 2026 Thomas series looks way different than how she used to look in the original series. So first off, she now has a grey face rather than it being embedded to her body, and there are a lot of people who are not very happy about Annie and Clarabelle being given grey faces in 2026. And with the grey face Annie and Clarabelle now have, it could remind you of how they were originally going to have grey faces in season 12 of Thomas, which is basically a hybrid of model and CGI. And I guess that's pretty much of a throwback, I think. I'm not sure, but... And as for the detailing on both of her sides, she now has ornate patterns. And this one here, this ornate pattern is likely to resemble a letter A, which would make sense because this is Annie, and yeah, I'm hoping to get Clarabelle soon, along with Percy in the 2026 style, and then I'll be happy to have them reunite with each other. So that's it on Thomas and Annie, and I hope you like them. Next, we have Oliver and Toad. And so Oliver here, he looks slightly different than how we last saw him in Thomas and Friends. He's still got the Great Western Railway logo and his number 11. And he's still got his 6 wheels. And if you look closely, you can see there's a gap between his back driving wheels and his 2 trailing wheels. Because it would make sense since Oliver is an 042, and the only flaw I have with this model is his trailing wheels now have counterweights, which is not very accurate at all. And as for the face here, it doesn't look too bad, even though his nose looks different than how it used to be in the original series. And if you can see closely, if I could get my camera to focus, Oliver has hazel eyes. Excuse me, sorry about that. I just had something to drink and anyway, not sure if I've got anything else to say about this Oliver, but I think he looks decent. And moving on to Toad here, and as you can see, Toad looks different to how it used to be in his last appearance of Thomas. And he's now got the Great Western Railway logo, the same one that Oliver has, and he's got a new number which is 50421, and also he now has a different face, and it looks smaller than how it used to be in the series, the original series. Because in the original series, Toad's face is the same length as his front end in the series, but in 2026, his face looks slightly shorter than his front end. And as you can see, he's got his front windows inside his cabin, but sadly he doesn't have his back windows at the back now. But I think this is still a good model. Also, another thing I forgot to point out, Toad also has hazel eyes too. And, excuse me again, that's it on the 2026 Push Along Oliver and Toad, and Thomas and Annie, and the Storybook Thomas. And I want to thank you all for watching, and bye for now. Another thing I forgot to point out about Toad, in the original series of Thomas and Friends, his number was 56831. While in the 2026 series, it was changed to 50421. I don't know why they decided to change that number, but yeah, that's another thing I forgot to point out about Toad.